Gen Z isn't just making memes. They're building million-dollar brands out of bedrooms, skipping the suits, and turning side hustles into empires. All while still using the same phone they watch cat videos on. Let's talk about how Gen Z is flipping the script on entrepreneurship, and why this might just be the most powerful generation of business builders the world's ever seen.
This is where the fun begins.
Gen Z didn't learn how to use the internet. They were basically born with it in their hands. These guys learned more from YouTube than they did from school. If they can Google it, they'll master it. Authenticity trumps perfection. They're allergic to cringe and corporate vibes. A polished commercial? Nah. Give them a 17-year-old doing a relatable skit on TikTok with an Amazon product. Think Emma Chamberlain. She went from vlogging in her bedroom to working with Louis Vuitton and building her own coffee brand, just by being relentlessly herself. Or Khaby Lame, the guy who became one of the most followed TikTokers in the world without saying a single word. He turned deadpan common sense into a global brand. This is the first generation that doesn't need a team to launch a business. One person, one laptop, one iced coffee, boom, you've got a brand. Tools like ChatGPT, Canva, Shopify, CapCut, it's basically a startup toolkit for under $50. Their startup costs are lower than a night out in Melbourne. Look at Logan Paul. Yeah, the guy from Vine.
You recognize his voice?
What voice?
He turned his wild internet career into a podcast empire and co-founded Prime, a beverage brand that's now competing with Gatorade. And of course, MrBeast. He didn't just go viral, he turned YouTube into a business. He reinvested every dollar into bigger videos, launched MrBeast Burger, Feastables, and created an empire by understanding attention better than most marketers alive. You don't need to go viral overnight. Start small, learn fast, reinvest your wins. That's the formula.
It's free real estate.
Where are they killing it? Content creation, turning videos into full-blown businesses. E-commerce, TikTok-born brands like Glow Recipe. Freelancing, designers and editors on Fiverr and Upwork, like the guy who built an agency editing for YouTubers from his bedroom. Digital wellness, mindfulness TikToks, therapy app influencers, journaling products, finance and investing, creators like Nate O'Brien and teens on TikTok turning side hustles and investing tips into real income. If it lives online, Gen Z probably has a monetized version of it.
I like money.
Gen Z builds with purpose, sustainability, mental health, transparency. It's not just a PR move for them. They genuinely care. Even Prime, as controversial as Logan can be, is marketed around energy, lifestyle, and community, not just sugar water. They expect brands to stand for something. If you're just selling a product, you're already behind. They don't wait for opportunity. They search for it, or build it, or AI generate it. They aren't afraid to launch messy, fail fast, or pivot midstream. They're playing the long game, even when it looks chaotic. Think about MrBeast spending years studying YouTube's algorithm, like literally watching retention graphs for fun, just to make better videos. That's the mindset. They don't want a boss, they want freedom, even if that means learning 6 different skills on the weekend just to avoid getting micromanaged on Monday. Gen Z doesn't wait for opportunity, they build it with a Wi-Fi connection. However, it's not all filtered wins. Gen Z faces real challenges. Burnout from always being on, loneliness from solo hustling, decision fatigue, falling into scammy get-rich-quick traps. The pressure to constantly create, hustle, and grow a brand can backfire. Social media makes everyone feel behind. Even massive creators like Emma Chamberlain and Logan Paul have talked about mental exhaustion and needing to disconnect. Now, take notes, boomers. Gen Z shows up bold, experimental, fast-moving, and weirdly good at Canva. They don't ask for permission, they just start. They're not waiting to be picked, they're picking themselves. They build in public, brand themselves early, and embrace failure like it's a feature, not a bug. So, if you're Gen Z and you're thinking of starting something, you've never had more power at your fingertips. You've got the tools, you've got the mindset, and you've got that slightly sarcastic self-awareness that makes your generation terrifyingly effective. And if you're not Gen Z, that doesn't mean you're out of the race. It just means you've got to run smarter. The tools are the same, The only difference is how willing you are to adapt and take action. Start with what you know. Learn one skill, build one brand, sell one product. That's all it takes to get moving. And if you're stuck on where to start, check out some of our previous videos like 5 business ideas you can start this year, or how to make money with AI in 2025. We break it all down step by step. Smash the like button if you're already on the grind. Subscribe if you want more breakdowns on how to actually make it work in 2025.